Tonight I have an opportunity to address an issue that I think is of utmost importance. Why the Bible? Why do you choose to believe the Bible? Why the Bible above other books? I choose to believe the Bible because it's a reliable collection of historical documents written by eyewitnesses during the lifetime of other eyewitnesses. They report supernatural events that took place in fulfillment of specific prophecies and claim that their writings are divine rather than human in origin. Now, the Bible is unlike many other holy books in that the Bible is actually a collection. The Bible was written on 3 different continents: Asia, Africa, and Europe. The Bible was written in 3 different languages, mainly Hebrew and Greek, with a little bit of Aramaic. The Bible was written by over 40 authors from multiple walks of life. We have people who were kings and generals, people who were fishermen. They were written over a period of more than 1,500 years. If you do the math, there are at least 301 eyewitnesses to the resurrection who were alive when 1 Corinthians was written. There have been more than 25,000 archaeological digs related directly to the subject matter of the Bible. Again, over 301 eyewitnesses to the resurrection who were still alive when 1 Corinthians was written. Why is this important? This is important because that means that the gospel message, that the message of the Bible is falsifiable. When Paul wrote it, it was a falsifiable claim. And yet it was never falsified. How can any intelligent human being argue against the validity of the Bible because of the number of times it's been translated? Listen, if you would bother to go learn how to read Hebrew or Greek or Aramaic, you could go to the source yourself. We have over 6,000 manuscripts or portions of manuscripts in the New Testament. If that doesn't sound impressive to you, it's because you don't deal with ancient writings. For example, if we're talking about Aristotle's Poetics, we have less than a dozen manuscripts of Aristotle's Poetics, and the earliest one that we can go back to is over 1,000 years after the writing. Julius Caesar's Gallic Wars, again, less than a dozen, and it's over 1,000 years between the last writing and the first manuscript we can put our hands on. The best example that we have in terms of number of documents is Homer's Iliad. Homer's Iliad, we have a few hundred manuscripts, but the earliest one we can put our hands on is written 2,100 years after the original. If the Bible is not considered reliable or trustworthy in an institution like this, then there is no ancient document that should ever be considered trustworthy. The Bible is not just a bunch of rules about religion. The Bible is a collection of supernatural events. These men claim that Jesus healed the sick. These men claim that Jesus walked on the water. And the pièce de résistance, Friday, he was dead. Sunday, he was risen. In the scientific method, something has to be observable, measurable, and repeatable, right? History is not observable, measurable, or repeatable. You don't use the scientific method to prove historical events. You ask about reliability of sources. You ask about the corroboration of sources. You ask about the internal and external evidence that supports these sources. These are the kind of questions that you ask. The intelligent man says, I choose to believe the Bible because it's a reliable collection of historical documents written by eyewitnesses during the lifetime of other eyewitnesses. They report supernatural events that took place in fulfillment of specific prophecies, and they claim that their writings are divine rather than human in origin. And if that's not enough, I tried it. Changed my life.